Ladies and gentlemen, so Black Ops Zombies Day 1, or technically, I guess you could say Day 0 has just dropped, and I want to give you guys my honest thoughts about Ashes of the Dam, Van Dorn Farm, and essentially also Dead Ops Arcade 4. Now, I want to start off with the good because I think it's important to actually highlight the positives of this game mode. Ashes of the Damned is a fun map. It is exciting to play. It is cool to see all the new POIs. I really liked the Ascension Zarya Cosmodrome area. That was a really cool POI. However, though, there were some areas that I kind of was disappointed in, like the diner. There was some like cool movement tech in there and whatnot. And also something I enjoy as well is Wisp T. It's really great. The subtitles are great. Some of the kill streaks are pretty cool as well. And also Dead Ops Arcade 4 is probably one of the greatest modes and probably the greatest zombies mode in this game mode. And I think those things alone, if you are interested in any of those things, are worthwhile for you to at least get this game and try it out. But let's also obviously talk about my major gripes with this map. Now, I ended my stream today and said that this map was a 5 out of 10, and I still stand by this statement because what the Day 0 patch is it's probably like 20% of the actual content for Ashes of the Dam. The new Wonder Weapon is not in the map. None of the 19 plus items that you can discover and find in the map are even usable. And also, it just doesn't feel like a fully fleshed out experience. The first playthrough that I felt and I experienced and I went through, it just felt very empty. And so many people kept complaining to me about the Black Ops 7 Zombies HUD, saying it just looks so bizarre to see. Also, with all the stuff popping up in the middle of the screen. I mean, I literally got round 100 on my first sort of couple attempts in it. And so it was definitely a lot more difficult round 100. And so if that is a positive to you, I will definitely say that, because wow, is this genuinely a much more difficult round 100 than Black Ops 6. There's no mutant injection. The new Disciple injection is kind of whatever. It's not as good as the Mangler injection, so you really have to rely on your actual skill and strategy. And it was kind of a mixture of like running and, as you can see, standing up on that hay bale, spamming the hay bale with the ray gun to make sure that you get enough damage off, because the zombies are just so unbelievably fast. Now, one thing also that I really kind of dislike with this map is when I play this map, it just felt so empty. A lot of the POIs in this map are just harkening back from other different spots that a lot of people have played in the past before, like the Transit Diner, like Ascension and BO1. And it just sort of does it in a worse way. Now, I want to give Treyarch the benefit of the doubt here, because they are saying that the Easter egg is going to be quite a massive experience. And I do have to say, like, this is a Day 1 experience. You only have the Raygun Mark 1 and the Raygun Mark 2 in this entirety. And so I can totally understand where people get upset at that. Also, as well, all the BO6 systems carry forward here, and it just feels like the exact same game. Like, this map could be in Black Ops 6 or in this game, and it really wouldn't make that much of a difference. Now, honestly, the weapons in this game, I do feel like really haven't been buffed. Treyarch said that they buffed the gold damage and tier 3 PAP, and I just don't find that noticeable whatsoever. And also, they said that they nerfed the traps, and the only nerf that they really did was just decrease the salvage spawn rate. And there's just a lot of weird things I don't understand with this map. So this map is trying to stylize Transit, right? And when it stylizes Transit, the thing that I kind of don't really get is, in Transit, you're able to go into the in-between areas and you have the denizens, right? But in this map, when you go into the in-between areas, you have these like almost unkillable zombies that chase after you and swarm at you and run at you at Varrock speeds from round 1. And so the thing I'm trying to understand is, like, how is this an upgrade from what we saw back in Black Ops 2 Transit? Like, it's kind of insane to me that in a lot of Black Ops 2 Transit, they're somehow able to do the concepts better than what I see in this game. And that is why, personally, for me, I rated this map a 5 out of 10. I don't think it's great or even good, but I don't think it's bad either. It is like right in the middle of the road mediocre. And you can even see in this high round run, I am quite literally doing the exact same strategy that you do for the Van Dorn Farm survival map, because it's just the optimal strategy. And the Ray Gun Mark 1 is just infinite. And like, it's the way that you're going to get these high rounds. Granted, I don't even know what the new wonder weapon's called. It's not in the map. They tease it in the box for some reason, and it just doesn't make sense. But what I will say is today, it's insane to be number one that we don't have the wonder weapon in the map when you go back to other launch maps like Shadows of Evil, and they not only have the wonder weapon in the map, the Apothicon Servant, but also the upgrade. Like, that's what literally spawned an entire community chase of figuring out how to upgrade the dang Apothicon Servant. And this map doesn't even have the wonder weapon in it, and it teases it in the box. Granted, I know people are saying this is going to be something that is a buildable later on in the map, but to me, that is just a massive L for people that are just getting into the map. And it's kind of insane to me that it's like we have to wait a whole day to get Easter egg quote dialogue, wonder weapon, like basic side Easter eggs, like music Easter eggs and stuff. To me, that's just insane. I don't know. I just don't understand how this has happened. And then also on top of that, the major complaint I got still today with this game is the HUD. The Black Ops 3 HUDs are not in the game yet. The Giant and the regular Shadows of Evil one are not in the game. And because of that, they, in my opinion, are going to pull a Modern Warfare on us. And you know how back in the Modern Warfare remaster games, they made people pay for the original Hans Zimmer Modern Warfare music? I would not be surprised if Treyarch makes zombie players pay for the original Black Ops 3 HUD. It would not surprise me in the slightest if they threw that in with the microtransaction bundle. I would not be surprised at all. And so, to be honest, I felt like the weapons were just kind of mid. They weren't really like anything to write home about. They also weren't really that strong. I mean, for the majority of my gameplay here, I'm literally just using the ray gun as well. A lot of the augments as well, for some reason, from Black Ops 6 into Black Ops 7 got majorly nerfed. And I don't really understand that. And honestly, like, the real positives I can only see from this game was just Dead Ops Arcade 4. Having all these unique gobblegum effects in Dead Ops Arcade was so much fun. Having all these different new enemies and, like, abilities and all this stuff was just so cool. And then it's like you play Ashes of the Damned and it feels like I'm playing something by two different developers, and Dead Ops Arcade 4 is made by one freaking dude. And it's insane to me. Like, Dead Ops has got a cleaner HUD. It's got a more enjoyable arcade shooter type of experience. And I genuinely don't understand where we got lost in translation. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, look at this gameplay. And then now, watch me go to Dead Ops Arcade 4. And the difference, literally, is night and day right here. I just don't understand how this wasn't inside of the original Black Ops 7 game. It's just crazy to me. Like, I've seen so many people in my chat come in and be like, dude, I watched your stream, and this solidified me not wanting to get the game. And I feel like that just kind of proves that Black Ops 7 is really not a step up as a successor in almost any other way. Now, granted, like, listen, the Easter egg isn't out. The boss fight isn't out. This could change my rating. But as a day one rating right now, listen, I didn't like Shattered Veil. I know a lot of people like to glaze Shattered Veil. But the boss fight and the Easter egg saved that map for me. But the map itself, to me, was very mid. The Wonder Weapon wasn't that great. The Ray Gun Mark 2s. The Wonder Waff is the only reason I feel like people like that map, right? And this is kind of the way I feel ever since all of the maps after the Tomb. The Tomb, Shattered Veil, The Reckoning, and now Ashes of the Damned. For me, I don't know what happened with Treyarch, but these have just been duds after duds. And so if you're expecting anything outside of what you got in Black Ops 6, you are going to be severely disappointed unless you're buying this game outright for Dead Ops Arcade 4. And I mean, granted, it is nice to see that the Gobblegums carry over, and it is so cool. I love the Gobblegum system way more in Dead Ops than I do in the original mode. And so, like I said, there's a lot of stuff in the map that doesn't even make sense. You know, like you're going around in a truck that can be easily destroyed. These random zombies that have like infinite health basically just like spawn in on the truck. And it's just so bizarre because it's like, what are we doing? Like, this is not fixing the problems for BO2 Transit. Why are we even making this a Transit remaster at this point, right? And Also, why add a bus and then also add like wonder spheres? Like once you open up the whole map with the bus, you never use the bus ever again. You only ever use it to pack a punch, right? And this is where I just lose my mind in terms of like what they were thinking with this map, because in all ways and reasons, to me, a launch map like Terminus was infinitely more interesting than Ashes of the Dam was. It was beautiful. It was island-like. It was filled with jungles. The boss fight was incredible. The Easter egg was incredible. Granted, we don't know what that's like yet. But as a day one review, I genuinely am just kind of disappointed in Ashes of the Dam. I knew that this was kind of going to be what I was expecting, but there's literally only like 2 different extra areas that wasn't shown off at COD Next, which is like, why even... I don't know, why even gate that off if it's just going to be so bare bones? And that's really like my final verdict. To me, as of right now, maybe the side Easter eggs will change it. Maybe the Easter eggs will change it, but the map feels soulless. It feels empty, and it's insane to me still to this day that D Machine is still the #1 greatest exemplary example of the Dark Ether in Call of Duty Zombies gameplay. I think it's insane. And so, to be honest, my final verdict for Black Ops 7 Zombies, if you are buying this game for zombies, if you're not, #1, a Dead Ops Arcade fan or a Black Ops 6 Zombies fan, this game is going to severely disappoint you. And I want to stay excited for Astra Malorum and stuff and have like a lot more hope for those games. But my issue ultimately really comes down to, it's insane to me that DLC 1 was teased before the map came out, because to me, that's almost like Treyarch saying that Ashes of the Damned is going to have like practically no content and people are already going to want to focus on DLC 1. Like Citadel Daymore didn't get announced until the game came out, right? We knew of a DLC 1 coming of that same year, but we did not know this, the name, the screenshots of the map. And so to me, honestly, like, I hate to say this, but I've seen people say that this is one of the worst Black Ops launches since like Call of Duty Vanguard. And that's a serious statement to say. Now, granted, I want to stay on the positive side of things. I want to make sure that the positives are highlighted. But in all honesty, it just, sure, this game feels more balanced from Black Ops 6, but also in a lot of ways, it just doesn't feel like anything has really been added of noteworthy resemblance to even care about. And I don't think many people are really going to be talking about Black Ops 7 Zombies launch, Ashes of the Dam, past the Easter egg, because everybody's just playing the map right now for camo grinding, and you know everybody's just going to be playing Van Dorn Farm because it's easier to set up, it's easier to get going. And it's just insane to me that today I saw more innovation from an arcade shooter game as Dead Ops than the entirety of what Zombies originally used to be. So, ladies and gentlemen, make that what you will. That is my day one honest review. I'm going to have another honest review coming out for Ashes of the Damned alone. But to be honest, man, Dead Ops Arcade 4 is way better than Ashes of the Damned. Let's be real.